Okay, so we are going to talk about episode 4, BGC 16, hashtag gang, gang, gang. What a stupid name. Alright, so the first part of the episode starts with Aladria saying that she doesn't want to fight because that's not ladylike. That kind of goes against how her whole persona, I guess you would say, is, because I feel like she wants to fight. I feel like since day one she wanted to fight, whether it being fighting with Kaylee and Z to now, and Nisha, or not necessarily maybe physical fighting, but at least fighting as in having conflict. Because remember, she told Nisha after Kaylee was getting bullied and like her stuff thrown around, she looks at Nisha and was like, "Oh, by the way, you're next." So for her to say she doesn't want to fight, and of course now she's having a lot of issues with Winter, I don't necessarily believe her for saying that. Okay, so at the very beginning of the episode, like I told you guys last week, I don't know how many times you guys counted at the end of the day, but Nisha said it twice at the very beginning of the episode. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Let me go ahead and start my tally mark and take a guess of how many times that they said at the end of the day. Because then at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how many times I counted. Let's see if they're the same if you counted. Okay, so Aladria then says that she was raped in the Navy. She's saying that she already had sex already, so they didn't take her virginity from her. But she realized that this happens to a lot of other people, and she then goes to say being raped does not define you. It's how you are and how you deal with it afterwards. And I completely agree with that. I actually DM'd a Steve Harvey video to a bunch of my friends earlier today, and he was saying circumstances don't define you. 10% of what happens to you, or what happens to you is 10%. 90% is what you do afterwards, what you do to overcome it, or, things like that. Because I don't want to get too deep into this because this could go on forever, but I completely agree with that statement. What happens to you is 10%. How you choose to deal with it is 90%. Because I don't believe in the whole victim mentality, so I really applaud Aladria for how she said this, because Z in this situation doesn't seem as strong, which of course I feel like Z had it way worse. The reason is because, okay, first off, Z starts walking away crying, Kaylee's like walking off, and I'm thinking like, why are these girls both in like black thongs? These are black thong days, both their butt cheeks are hanging out. So Z's upset, and she's saying that she looks up to Aladria for being strong. She was a virgin when she was raped, and she says that she was a victim of rape. And I like what they said on Empire last week, which kind of has to do with this. Cookie says on Empire, when the guy, I don't know if you guys watch it, when the guy was saying, oh, they've been a victim of like poverty and stuff like that, and she looked at the guy and was like, no, and he changed the word, oh, sorry, Cookie said, he was like, they are a survivor of. So I like that mentality with anything, because saying, oh, I'm a survivor of rape, don't, you know what I'm saying? It's the way you choose to look at things. Clearly, Z needs to heal from the situation, which is why she's saying victim, but I feel like Aladria is taking the standpoint of, I am a survivor of rape. I know, I got like a little bit deep. I don't want to go into it anymore. All right, next, Stephanie, Z, and Kayla says, Stephanie, Z, and Kayla go to dinner, and Steph says to them that she's the closest to them out of all the other girls, and we can kind of see that already. Aladria, okay, so they have a name for Aladria now, which when you guys were writing it in my comments last week on YouTube, you kept saying SUA. I'm like, Sua? Who the is Sua? So her name is Sway, I guess, for persuasion, Sway. That's a cute little name. So yeah, persuasion is Sway. So here's another damn name we have to remember. Aladria, Persuasion, Sway. Alright. So the girls are outside smoking. Not the girls. Kaylee and Winter are outside smoking. And Kaylee then apologizes to Winter for letting the whole bully situation go so far. And Winter's like, why is she apologizing to me for what we did to her? I'm like, okay, that is a little bit weird how it was worded. Maybe she meant like she feels bad for, I don't know. She definitely shouldn't have been apologizing to Winter. I'm so confused about that still. I think she may have said it wrong. Like, she probably feels bad for herself for letting them take it that far. So I think it's more of how she feels, how she handled the situation, not necessarily apologizing to Winter and them, because it's not like she provoked Winter and them to do what they did. That was a little confusing. And instead of Winter sympathizing with Kaylee. She acted like she was, but then she was like, well, hold on. Z said the only reason you're getting out the house is if I push you out the house. Kaylee's like, no, I didn't say that. She's like, well, let's go talk to Z. So once again, Winter is starting an issue out of nothing when Kaylee, once again, was trying to be overly nice and apologizing for whatever the hell happened. Okay, so Winter is... She then says, like, well, is she really weak then? Like, all right, Winter, you the one that cried last episode, so whatever. Kaylee then says she never said that to Z. She said, I would only leave if Winter gets me out. So Winter then confronts Z. Z says, yes, that she thought she heard that. Kaylee's saying, no, she didn't say that. So Winter says Z is playing all positions. I don't believe Z in this situation is playing all positions. At this point, she is friends with Kaylee, so... She's not saying that, no, she didn't say that. She owned up to her saying that to Winter, first off. She's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what she said. I think so. But then she's also taking Kaylee's word when Kaylee's like, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. She's like, well, maybe she didn't say that, but I thought I heard that. So I don't think Z went back on her word whatsoever. Z admitted to Kaylee that she did say that to Winter because she thought she heard that. When Winter asked, Z once again said... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what she said. That's what I heard. So not once do I feel like Z is being fake in that situation or not owning up to whatever, because she's clearly saying that that's what happened. So I think that part was really stupid. Winter then tells Adrian that Z says, I don't remember. Oh, we then see Winter telling Adrian, Z's claiming she don't remember. And maybe it's because she said that at the beginning. That's not what she said. She goes, I think that's what I heard. I'm pretty sure that's what she said. So... Winter twisted that around to tell Adrian that, and of course make it look like she's being fake, and of course I'm sure that's going to amp Adrian up for Winter and Adrian to get Z out. So once again, she like instigated a little situation. Maybe she heard it wrong, but I think she instigated it based on how her personality has been before. Okay, so in the car, Adrian, Nisha, and Winter are riding together. Adrian and Winter says Z is fake and going with the flow, and that they want them both out, 2-for-1 combo. So here it is. They want Z out. And of course, Adrian just kind of hops along with Winter in this situation. They're like, yeah, let's play a game. In the confessional, they're like, who do you think? They're like, we're serving ice cold realness, and I don't know. We didn't even get to see what the hell was going on with that game, so I don't I don't know. Maybe it was funny. We didn't see no real questions and like them guessing who, but I guess we missed it. All right. Nisha says that she's not a bully, so she's not playing the game with them. Eladria is then getting annoyed with all the disrespect that has been going on, and the girls go to the studio. Alcatraz plays Nisha's music from SoundCloud, and basically the song has to do with Nisha's little sister dying at the age of 18 of sickle cell, and she's saying that the song is about her life experience and growing up in foster care and stuff. And I really like Nisha for sharing part of her story, because that's a definite like inspiration to you guys, or I would take it that way, because when I saw people going through issues, like when I was going through a lot of issues back in the day, I still go through issues. They're different now, but, you know, like I've been a victim, not a victim, a survivor. I've been a survivor of domestic violence, of rape, of, you know, a lot of different situations, but I'd never let that define me. I only let it make me stronger. So with Nisha sharing some of the things that's going on about her being in foster care, that should shine a light to you guys and be like, well, look, she's on TV now and she's doing her music. Like, that means you can do it too, no matter what your situation is. If you're poor, if you've been molested, if anything, it doesn't matter what situation you have going on, you being bullied or whatever, that's only the 10%, as Steve Harvey says. 90% is what you do with it, and you can choose to make you a better person, or you can let it defeat you and you be a victim of it. So I like that they're showing Nisha sharing part of her story. Alright, so Eladria is then smoking with Winter, and Winter says, Ryan and I want Z and Kaylee out, and she says, why? And she says that she's done with that whole situation. So Eladria is really, really annoyed with Winter at this point. By the way, I got to meet, which was really cool, I got to meet Selena Johnson from R&B Divas last week, not even a full week ago, I went to this award. My friend Jim Carroll, you know Jim and Elizabeth from Marriage Boot Camp, he won an award for Best Playwright Script. So Selena and I went there to support, and we all went to dinner and stuff. And she is like an amazing person. Like, I never would have thought in a million years that she was so smart and intelligent. I feel like those two are different things. So caring. So she even talked to me about some motivational stuff and things like that. Like, she really is a great person. And the reason, I think I actually wrote her name down here because, because she was saying the whole, you know, what things that have happened to you and stuff, like you should be an advocate of your situation and speak to people and do things like that. So that kind of motivated me to be like, yeah, you know what, maybe I should, when I feel the time is right, talk to people about domestic violence and stuff like that, because I've been through it. But yeah, Selena is such a really, really good person. All right. Aladria tells Z at the pool, if you ever find yourself in Kaylee's situation, you better swing first. And then Z's getting all nervous, like, what? Are they going to jump me? What's going on? Z's super paranoid. I feel like Z is is a little bit scary acting, you know, because and what's crazy is that she's like a bigger girl, and then with the tattoos and stuff, like, she could easily look scary of her personality, but she really seems like a big teddy bear inside to me. So she's all nervous, like, oh, they gonna jump me. Kaylee then says she's fed up, saying that she'll show a different side if they mess with Z. And basically, yeah, Kaylee is over the whole situation, and she wants to have her friend Z's back if anything happens. So I kind of hope in a way that something does happen to Z, just so we can see Z stand up for herself and Kaylee stand up for her as well. You know, kind of put the other girls in their place, like, not to keep picking on these two girls that don't seem as strong as them. All right, so the girls go to roller derby. Winter and Aladria bicker in the car about something about a guy's trailer almost hitting the Jeep. It's going back and forth. They're getting really annoyed with each other, especially Aladria. And those Jeeps, I mentioned on a previous video, you can't see nothing out of them. I remember Natalie said that she wanted to get a Jeep, and I'm like, why? You can't see anything at the dash. The dash is like this big. Of course, there was lights all over the car. Like, you could barely see out. The windows were small. Like, I was super paranoid anytime I was driving those Jeeps, because I'm used to like a big Escalade. And even before then, I had a small car. Like, those Jeeps, I feel like they're dangerous because I could never get used to driving them. The windows are so small, you can't see nothing out of them. It's like almost every area of the car is a blind spot. Okay, so anytime there's like issues with people complaining about the driving in the cars, and you think like these girls are terrible drivers, like, no, it's those damn Jeeps. All right, next at roller derby, we see them having fun. They're skating. Aladria, we see her long legs like almost do a split, and she falls. She once again says Winter is getting on her nerves. Stephanie, sorry, I have allergies, guys. I haven't taken Zyrtec, and I like forget to take it a lot. I took one this morning, but I always take it when it's too late, when I'm having like allergy symptoms. So like I can barely breathe if I sound crazy. All right, Stephanie and Winter then do a sandwich challenge. It's 13 minutes of food. They have 40 minutes to eat it. Aladria then says to Winter, like, oh, for someone who's so worried about their weight, you shouldn't eat that. It's going to go straight to your ass and stomach. That was really funny. And of course, we can see Aladria because she's annoyed with somebody. You know how when somebody you don't like, every little thing annoys you, and clearly that's what's going on here. So she's like picking at Winter because she does not like Winter anymore. All the girls go to Playhouse that night. They toast to having a good night, and I'm like, yeah, okay, we're gonna see. Toasting to no drama. That never works. Winter sees a friend, and Aladria says no, they can't come over, and they come over anyways, and Nisha's starting to get annoyed, like she keeps bringing people in their section. We then see Aladria on the floor in the party bus, and she says that she has to pee. She doesn't like going into public restrooms, and there ain't no way I can hold my pee that long. Like, always being out in public and not using a public restroom, no way. Like, more power to you. So anyways, she has her head down on Kaylee's legs, and she's saying that, you know, she can't smell nothing. That's how it should smell. And maybe she was directing that at Winter. I didn't get that she was directing at Winter, but of course Winter then says, oh no, my cootie cat never smells. She says, well, actually, my cootie cat don't never smell. for one, you use double negatives, which means yes, it does. And that's hard to believe that, like, it never does ever. Like, do you not go to the gym? Do you not sweat? Do you not? But you use double negatives, so either way, you're saying that it does. I don't know why she got so offended and she thought that Eladria was talking directly to her. Maybe she has some weird paranoia about it, because if somebody's like, oh, there's a bunch of ugly girls in this room, I'm not going to get offended and be like, oh, you're talking to me. I'm going to be like, oh, no, she clearly ain't talking to me because I'm pretty, you know? So for her to get so offended, I'm wondering, why is she getting so offended by that? Like, it's weird. Because, like, when somebody tells you something that you're not, you're kind of like, okay, you know you're not that. So you don't even feed into it, like having to defend yourself. You're like, no, that's not me. Oh, but okay, on to the next. Eladria then says, congrats to that comment that Winter says. And Winter's like, no, mine doesn't. Now they're arguing. Sway saying not everything is about you. And she says that she feels like she's the one that needs to humble Winter, because Winter always thinks every damn thing is about her. They get into the house, and Eladria busts her ass going into the house, and they're now arguing in the beauty room. Winter says she doesn't want to argue. Why? What? Oh, and I'm thinking, like, why is that? Because you clearly do want to argue. You want to get Z out now. You're always trying to start issues, but when it's, like, coming at you, you don't want to argue. Is it because, and how, what's her name later says, she wanted her out. She wanted Kaylee and Z out tonight. Now she's saying she don't want to argue. She don't want to fight. So then Sway says to Winter, oh, you wanted to get the weakest out. And I'm like, if I was Kaylee, I'd be like, hold up, are you talking about me? Because I'm not the weakest in here. But I guess Kaylee was like, okay, cool. She didn't even take that as any sort of insult whatsoever. But I wish somebody would have called me the weakest. I'm like, no, excuse me. So, yeah, Sway saying to Winter, she basically called her out, like, oh, you want to get the weakest out. You want to start all these fights. But now that I'm coming at you, you don't want to argue? Okay. Blah, blah, blah. I would have been like, hold up. That's right, because I'm definitely not the weakest out of anybody. All right, Sway then is all in Kayla's face. She's saying, if I was Kaylee, you would have hit me already. I agree with that. Sway then shoves her, and they begin fighting, and Winter, like, grabs her at her stomach, knocks her down. She's on top of her, and then security starts to break it up, and I hear security yell, let go of her hair, and I'm like, they always grabbing the damn hair. That's annoying. Eladria then bites Kayla's finger. Sway says, don't put your finger in my mouth, bitch. Pick on someone your own size. And I'm thinking, like, oh, no, she did it. She bit her. Oh, my God. It's like a flashback of Red biting Natalie, and I think she kept saying, like, don't put your finger in my mouth. I don't know necessarily if she put her finger in her mouth or Sway was trying to cover her action because she realized that she did bite her, and she's like, oh crap, Red got sent home for this, I'm gonna get in trouble, so let me make the excuse now, like, you put your finger in my mouth, that's why I bit you. I don't think that's gonna go down so well. We didn't get to see the finger. Who knows if it's bad, if it's not. I don't know. I really hope that Sway doesn't go home, because I know they're just going to go, Winter and Adrian are going to be like, yeah, and they're just going to go after Z and Kaylee the whole time and keep bullying them. So I really hope that Sway doesn't go home in this situation. I really want to see, like, Winter and Sway, like, really go at each other, like, as Sway says, that Winter needs to humble herself. All right, Winter wants to go to the hospital for her finger. See if she makes a big deal about this. Who knows? Eladria then calls her mom upset, saying, I hate to fight. Winter's walking around here like a bully, and I'm putting her in her place. The producers send Eladria to a hotel. Sia and Kayla are upset, and they know that they're next if Sway goes home, and I definitely agree with that. All right, and let's get to your Instagram questions. I have improv class in the next 30 minutes, so I gotta hurry up and get out of here. All right, here's the questions. Let's see. Paris and Zio says, how do you feel about Winter's finger getting eaten by Eladria? Did it get eaten, or did it just get bit, or did it get nibbled on? I don't know. I'm curious to see, because I really don't want Sway to go home. BGC _is_life says, you know that now to the next episode 5 all happened in the first 2 weeks, and there's only 10 episodes, not including the reunion. That's crazy. I completely believe that, because my 4 episodes on BGC 11 all happened in 2 weeks, and then it was like half the season was over after I left, and I was there for 2 weeks when they lived in the house for 2 months. Then let's see, Bad Girlness says, your hair is always so gorgeous. Thank you. I did like the little waves today too. Okay, Teal PO underscore says, is there still time to ask a question? Clearly, and you wasted your question on a stupid question. All right, Brian Banks with a Z says, do you think Winter's a hypocrite for bullying Kaylee when Aladria said some comments Winter got mad? 100% yes, because she wanted to fight with Kaylee and Z, and now that Winter wants to fight, she's saying she don't want to fight. So yes, very hypocritical. Flavors of Phoenix says, on a scale from 1 to 10, how relevant do you find Adrian? He even had to put in parentheses the redhead, so I'd know who Adrian was. That tells you a lot about how relevant she is. And this is the thing, is I think Adrian is cool. We didn't get to see much of her, except for a little bit of her personality on, like, her joking about being the TV host, and she's getting no camera time whatsoever, and I guess because she's not the center of any drama, so I hope we get to know her, because she does seem like she's cool. I just wish she would quit, like, going for the bait with Winter and believing everything she says. Next is you are underscore not my type says, do you think Aladria is only being friends with Kaylee because she likes her, or just because she bullied her in the beginning? I think a lot of it has to do with her bullying her in the beginning, and she gave Kaylee a chance, and now she probably really does genuinely like her, but it may not have started for the right reason, but who cares? At least they're cool with her now. All right, and then A805 Ambriz says, this is not a question, but a comment for some reason at the end of the day sticks out like a sore thumb now. Thanks, Sarah, LOL. Trust me, it's been bothering me for a year now. I just never told you guys. And as I stated earlier, how many times do you think it was said on this episode? Nisha said it 3 times, Aladria said it once, Kaylee said it twice, Stephanie said it once. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was said 7 times on this damn episode. Really, really annoying. But yeah, I got to go, guys. So if you guys have any video ideas, you know there's not an episode next week, I will read your comments, and I'll do a video for you guys next week based on what you comment below, and I will pick one and do a video for you guys next week. But until then, love you guys.